we're going to see Sylvester Stallone's last Rambo movie. Is it called The Last Rambo?
No.
No.
Last Blood, I think.
Last Blood. You just need that. You just need the title. It's okay. Rambo, all day. Finally. A movie that we didn't get changed at the last moment.
That's right. In all his glory. What are you expecting to see from this movie?
A lot of killing.
A lot of
death.
killing.
And it's his last movie, so he's like really old, but he can do all this stuff. So I want to see what he can do at his age.
All right. What are you expecting to see from this movie?
His age being that his age is where it is. I think he's in his late 60s, early 70s, something like that. What his body actually looks like. So that's the first thing, because he always shows that he works out and all that good stuff. So I want to see that. And number two, I want to go ahead and see, of course, how bloody and how gory it actually can go ahead and get. Is it going to be a prequel or a sequel to his last one? So that's kind of what I want to go ahead and see. And hopefully everything is realistic to a point. So Mike, what is your, get your hands from behind. Mike, what is your expectation for Rambo?
I expect a lot of gore, a lot of revenge, a lot of guns, a lot of anger, a lot of ripping apart, a lot of Rambo.
A lot of Rambo. I like that last one. A lot of Rambo.
A lot of Rambo. What do you expect to see in this movie?
Bodies going in half, bodies going in between like that, half, bodies going horizontal, arms flying to the
You're
left,
a different brain.
arms
You
flying
know
to
that
the
you're
right,
just a different brain.
because it's Rambo.
Yeah.
But the arms have to go that way.
The body's got to fly
And that
everywhere.
The right arm's gonna go,
You go that way, and the left arm
has
is gonna go up.
because he's gonna step on a landmine and he's gonna
There you go.
bodies everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm ready too.
We all ready.
We all ready. Okay, welcome to the tall table. I'm Mongo Slade. No, I'm Ray. I'm Mike.
I'm DJ Zion 7.
I'm Dayron.
And we are the tall table. So today, guys, what we're going to end up talking to you about, we had a movie review. Rambo, Last Blood.
There was a lot of killing.
So with that being said, yes, we went to go see Rambo. I'll go ahead and start off mine first. I'm a huge Sylvester Stallone fan from the fact of when he was playing Tango and Cash, Cobra, a lot of different things. As far as the Rockies and the Rambos, I've watched them 5 million times. This movie by itself, it gave me everything that it was. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes, always say that in a lot of our reviews and stuff like that. Rotten Tomatoes always says this and says that and all of these good things.
They gave it a fairly low score.
They gave it a very low score, but the description within it said like a lot of gore, a lot of violence, a lot of that, all of that stuff. That was the only thing that they were right on. In the movie, it was situational stuff that end up happening to him in your head, and when you ever thought about it, if it ever hit your family, what I would say I would want to go ahead and react the same way. Unfortunately, Hollywood puts certain actors in different situations, and it doesn't work out that way. They try to go ahead and take the higher level of things. So with his character, with him producing it and his production team, he 100% hit it right on the head with the violence that he inflicted on others because of his, they taking his loved one and everything else like that. The gore was absolutely there. The blood was absolutely there. Storyline, it was
It's a very simple story.
Yeah, the storyline was very simple. You know, the ending, it led it's his last blood. You would think that this was going to be the last one, but he didn't. It could open the door for him to potentially do one more.
With the ending of this one, there's no reason why there couldn't be
another one. But
how old is he?
Oh, hell.
80?
Well, somebody Google that while I'm still talking at that point. When we spoke earlier on before we went into the
Sylvester Stallone.
When we went into the movie, I wanted to say one of my biggest things was I wanted to know, you know, how did he look? Was he able to go ahead and move? Was he still able to be that action hero? I think he pulled it off to a point where I didn't really get to see his body and stuff like that. I think this movie was much better than his last one, Rambo 3? 4.
This is the fifth one.
This is 4. So Rambo 4, I think this one was much better than that one because still certain things were realistic, but certain things were Hollywood up. Rambo 4, it just was a hot mess to me on that end. So in my opinion, what I will go ahead and give it out of 7 stars, and I'm just playing. Okay, 5 stars, I'm going to give it a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5.
3.5.
Yes, 3.5. Okay. Strong.
Okay. A strong 3.5.
Strong 3.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with mine. Just to piggyback off what Ray said, Rambo 4 was outrageous.
Yes.
And they had people just getting sawed in half with the 50 cal machine gun, and he was on the thing. It was the one where he was out in the swamp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I like this movie a lot. There was a lot of action. I was pretty much given everything that I wanted to receive from it, and I think some of my best scenes were towards the end when he was setting up all the traps, because it just seemed like, oh, something's about to go down. And then when you saw everything go down, you were like, whoa. It kind of took you back to when he was setting up all the stuff for everybody to get taken out, and it brought everything together towards the end. So I didn't really watch other Rambo movies too much, but this one and Rambo 4 were the ones I watched, and I definitely liked this one. And I liked towards the end when they showed like scenes, like the credits and scenes of like the past credits. Now they progressed towards from like Rambo 1 all the way towards, and they slowed them down. So I thought that was a really cool thing to keep you sitting in your seat even after the movie was over. I'm gonna give the movie a good 3.5 stars too. I liked it a lot. 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
3 out of 5.
3.5 or 3?
3 and 3.5.
You just said 3.5.
3.5.
I thought you said 3.5, but then you said 3.
You know, I said 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I gave it a 3.
Let the killing begin.
I gave it 3.5. Dayron gave it a 3.5. And to play off of Dayron's real quick before we give it to the two in the middle, they did play in all 4 Rambos. I want to keep saying Rocky, but all 4 Rambos, they did bring in different concepts of each one of the Rambos that in 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th one. So case in point, the knife that he had, you know, that was iconic in 4, he had that in. The fighting scene that they had in this what is it? The cavern, the tunnels and stuff underneath. That was one off of Rambo 2. So it was a lot of different parallels that he did during his different movies and stuff that he went ahead and just brought into that one that you could say, oh, I remember when he was fighting in the Soviet Union and he was on the bungee cord. He was fighting in the caverns and stuff like that, and he was killing a bunch of people. So I found it really cool that he was able to go ahead and tie a lot of those different components into this last one.
So like brought all his skills together.
Yes.
And you're saying that the real fans will see Easter eggs.
Yes.
Okay.
To a point, they will see Easter eggs if they really dive deep and think about certain things that end up happening.
Gotcha.
Of course, the bow and arrow is always in there. It's been in all of them, but yes, they will see slight Easter eggs. So use your noodle, and you'll end up seeing those.
Cool. Terry, you want to go next?
Okay. I wasn't a big Rambo fan.
Okay.
I think I watched 2, but after that, I definitely want to go back and watch the rest.
See?
I mean, and so if this is anything like the other ones, I would think I would like to just watch them all.
You like bad movies, so you're going to enjoy 4 for sure, but 1, 2, and 3 were extremely good.
4 wasn't that bad. 4. There was just a lot of outrageous things. But it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. No, you're right.
It was a different type of movie.
It was over the top.
It was over the top. Yes, great deflection.
Sometimes people are into that. These are
okay.
Hatchet. That's what.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
Hatchet is very similar to the
Yes.
Okay.
to this genre.
So 4 will be definitely over the top. 1 will be much more of a wow.
That was
This
a
is what he
serious
went
movie.
through. Yeah, 1 was a serious movie. Yes,
Yeah.
because
Like
he was
still in the jungle
No, he came.
No,
he
has
did.
come-
He
he's
came
come
back
home.
came back home, and then what happened was he had a cop
run-in with a cop.
with a cop that had a huge ego.
Yeah.
Didn't like he was a hometown.
didn't like
veteran hero,
That's
and
the first one, right?
the
Yeah,
first
the
one,
first
and he
one.
went into like the woods. They went to go hunt for him, and he was ended up killing cops and stuff like that.
He said he
Yeah.
kept saying, "Leave me alone."
He said, "Leave me alone," but they made it a point to go ahead and try to bring him in. He did nothing.
Okay, I gotta go back and watch the Rambo
Yeah,
series.
well, that's-
I've only seen part 4 before this.
No, so 1 was definitely a really, really good movie because it showed how he was dealing with, the PTSD that he was having, being that he was in war and then trying to come out of the war and everything else like that.
You
And
saw
when
some of that PTSD in this movie
Yeah.
too when he was in the cage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had it pretty much all throughout, but that was when it actually started, in 1. And, he kept trying to cut it off, but then when he started hearing the shooting at him, then it just clicked on, and then basically it was basically all in.
Let
Yeah.
the killer begin.
Yes.
I think the first one's considered like a Hollywood classic.
Yes.
I mean, it's a major motion picture.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's not
I
some
gotta go
side
back and watch
movie.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Oh, no, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Terry.
Terry.
You need to give your stars. Focus.
3.5.
That's my 3.5.
Okay.
3.5 with him going to go watch the other 4, the first 4.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going in as a person who hasn't seen these other Rambo movies. I have seen the first one, and I really liked it. It was years ago that I saw the movie, but I mean, it's a really well done movie. It's a very good movie, which is why, I mean, this was very early in his career, and people gave him a lot of very good recognition from it.
Agreed.
So I don't know about these other movies that were in between this one. This one was everything that I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be hack, gore, cut, shoot, kill. And it definitely gave me all of that, and very fast paced too. Just boom, 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 boom. I mean, like once the movie comes on, it's a very fast hour and a half. You said
It's an hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the first half. It's like the first half.
Sets the stage.
It definitely sets the stage, but it's like very slow.
Yeah.
And like soft.
It's a climactic
But then
film.
it builds.
It definitely
and
is.
builds up.
It's the last 15 minutes, I'd say, because it seems like it flew by so fast. But
The beginning is very stereotypical.
And I will say that even if we may have given out spoilers during this review, I wouldn't worry about it. You can watch any of the actual trailers. It's going to show you everything that this very simple story has. I mean, so don't worry about spoilers.
No.
It's a good movie. Would you guys go to the movie theater for it?
Yeah.
I think I would go again. I
Yeah.
would go as we did, but I would go see it again.
Okay.
I would
I
okay.
would too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was strong enough. I think the action was strong enough to go ahead and definitely do that. Will I probably watch it 50 million times when it hits HBO or Showtime or whatever? Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
It'll fall into that
So
for sure.
I'm going to give this movie a 4, and the reason why is because when I give movie ratings, I'm always thinking about the actual genre that the movie is in. So for this action type, kill type movies, I thought it was a very good movie. I thought it was very, very well done. So I'm going to give it a very sound, positive 4.
But it had an emotional side too.
Yes, it did. And he came across as a good actor.
Yes,
I
he
thought
did.
in this movie. He's been panned for that throughout his career, and
Yep.
I thought he did a really good job.
He did a good job. Yeah, he was able to go ahead and have the ego. He was able to go ahead and have the killing, but he did have that sensitive side as well too. So I agree. So 4,
Yeah,
3.5, 3.5. 3.5 and a 4.
So, wasn't
that's
he
pretty great.
nominated,
7.5.
nominated for an Oscar in Creed? Well, Creed 2.
I don't know that he
I
got
don't
the
know.
nomination.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you wanted him to. This is our, again, 3 different personalities that is giving you our review of this movie and all of the different movies that are coming out that we have reviewed to you. Biggest thing is, once again, we would love for you to go ahead and subscribe. We do have an Instagram. We do have a website. And outside of everything else, this is on YouTube. So if you could please give us your responses, your thoughts. Are we bullshitting? Should we stop doing it? Should we continuously do it? Should we be more funny? All of the above is all welcome. So, with that being said, live your
Live.